everyone. Good morning, everyone. Just shuffling the cards, waiting for people to tune in. Good morning and welcome to today's Divine Love Pick a Card. And man, I have been thinking about being stuck. Personally, I've been through a time. Hey, Anjana, welcome. I, I'm just wiggling out of a stuck place myself. And hey, Eric, welcome. And one of the things that occurs to me when we're feeling a little stuck or jammed up or just can't get going with something that we know is positive, so you can just fall into a pit of feeling sorry for yourself, right? And I'm not proud of those moments, but what I learned over the last couple of days is that we're not supposed to stay stuck in a negative feeling, sadness, grief, anger, frustration, all of those. We're not supposed to stay stuck. They're supposed to flow through us. And so I learned that lesson in the last couple of days and recovered, excuse me, my good spirits. So I'm so glad to be with you here today. Okay, so I was going to do these fairy cards today, but I just kind of had a change of heart. I love the fairies, and we can do a reading on those at another time. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Anjana, that we're here. I'm just going to take away this card because I have another deck that has just been calling my name, and I say it wants to be used today. So we're going to do our 5 cards, of course. On Sunday, I'm going to be back answering questions, and I'm going to be talking about November and what to expect in November. So I hope you'll come back on Sunday to hear those readings. The Sunday readings tend to be a little bit longer, 60 to 90 minutes. And so I look forward to that. But for today, if you are feeling stuck, something in your life is not going in the way that you hoped, and you feel a sense of discouragement, or you wonder if you're alone, and I want to tell you, you are not alone. It's such a trick to continue our belief that we are loved beyond measure, that we cannot separate ourselves from the love of the divine. And I'm just going to pop this on top right here because this little statuette was given to me as a gift, and it's for a mother-daughter. But when I look at this, I interpretation because I feel like this is the divine presence within me, that I have a connection to the divine. It keeps me alive. There's a spiritual reality within my humanness that brings me forward. And then this little figure is my interpretation of my inner child, or the part of me that is hurting or doesn't feel like it can trust. And so when we can align ourselves with the truth that we are loved so deeply, that we can figure out what it is that that we need to do to get ourselves back on track into a feeling of well-being and ease, trusting that the divine is taking care of us. So, hey everybody, I'm Catherine. If you're just joining me for the first time today, welcome. We're going to be talking about what does divine love want for us to know about the times that we're feeling stuck. As you know, I'm going to pick 5 cards to see what the wisdom is for us today. And here we have, oh, now I know why I picked this deck. Let's take a look at this card, okay? Exhausted, exhausted, feeling financially drained and lacking viable options. This is an area where many people do feel stuck, isn't it? Either you're not getting paid enough where you are, or you are being you feel like you're being taken advantage of, or are you feeling like what it is you're doing, you're just not sure. Am I supposed to be following this path? If I'm on the right path, why is the money not showing up? If I'm on the right path, why aren't people showing up who will connect with me and bring me to the next level? This has been so tricky for people, because when you begin to doubt yourself, then you can really, gosh, you can really handicap yourself, or keep yourself bound up with doubt and fear. And the fact is that within each of us is this treasure. And I like, in a way, how this art is depicted, because what we're seeing here is that the treasure box is locked shut. And I think this figure here on the top is our inner being, the connection to the divine that never leaves our side, ever. If we have thoughts that separate us, and we feel like, and believe me, I know what this is like personally. I have my moments of doubt for sure. And then once I start thinking, well, what if this happens? And what if that happens? What will I do then? How will I manage? All of a sudden, my attention has leapt into the future. And you know what? The future's not guaranteed. We don't know what's going to happen. But what the divine wants us to know is that even though you're not sure how your financial situation is going to work out, the truth is you will figure it out each moment, one at a time. It's very helpful for you to recharge and regroup. How do we do that? What you can do is, I would get a piece of paper and write down the times in your life when a surprising event happened, where a resolution to a problem in the past. It happened right in front of your eyes. You didn't do it, it just resolved. Here's a challenge for you. Think about 5 years ago today. So today is October 24th, 2026. So put in your mind, what was your main problem on October 26th, 2020, 5 years ago? Just think about it. What was your major problem on October 26th, 2020? It's impossible, because whatever was there then resolved, and here you are today. And that's the perspective that the universe wants for you to consider. If you are stuck about money, remember that if you separate yourself from the God source within you, you will lock yourself into a prison cell of doubt and fear. It's so important that you turn and face the divine. All right? And the divine is very strong. And if you're angry, upset, or disappointed, you can tell the divine, and often writing it out on a piece of paper. Dear God, here are the reasons I'm disappointed. Then go ahead and write it out. Many times when you are trying to live life the right way, we try to avoid complaining or avoid facing the things that scare us. And that's the opposite of what we need to do. All right. Now, yesterday I took the day off. I didn't do any readings or any work. I just rested. And part of me didn't want to do that. Part of me was like, go, go, go. But I needed to recharge and regroup. So, are you feeling stuck? Turn to the divine. Here's some affirmations that can help. And remember, some of these affirmations actually feel untrue. Trust me, I get it. But as we speak from the perspective of the divine, That's where the truth lies. Because remember, there's no future, there's no past, there's no accident. You're here right now. And having breath, being alive in this moment is the best gift of all. Okay, so look in the mirror, look yourself right in the eye, and say, even though I don't know how my financial issues are resolved right now, even though I don't know how I am feeling relief about my finances right now, even though I don't know how I am connected deeply to the divine within me right now. As you say these things, your mind might go, no, you're not. Have you looked at my bank account? Right? But the truth is, we are using these affirmations to plug into a different avenue, a different reality, spiritual reality. And this will, you know what might happen right away? You might hop on YouTube and something will come across your feed that gives you the exact information that you need. You might get an email out of the blue, or somebody may reach out to you. That's the proof that you're recharging yourself with the divine truth, which is everything always works out. Everything always resolves. Everything always resolves. Okay? So there you have it. If you're exhausted, take care of yourself. As always, if you would like to have a private reading, have me create a recording just for you, I would love to do that. You can check that out at manifestfaster.com, and it will tell you everything you need to know about how to get a hold of me. Okay? Hi, Roxanne. Welcome. Today we are working on feeling stuck and what in the world we can do about it. Oh, by the way, I can ask you guys, please say a little prayer for Murphy. He pulled up a little lame yesterday, and seems like his right shoulder is hurting him. And so if y'all will just send a prayer of healing energy, I appreciate that. Okay, so let's take another card for us. What else does the divine have for you, my friend? Have you been feeling stuck? Okay, let's take a peek. Limitations. You guys, this is a riot. I was going to go with a completely different deck, and then I was drawn to this one, and look at how beautifully we're being guided here, because this is another area of being stuck is worry. And I almost hate to tell you guys this, but I always know I can tell you the truth. I have a worry problem. It's for sure. I'm a mom, and even though my kids are grown now, training myself not to worry for them and trusting that they will be guided, right? My kids are on their own path, and it's not my business to carry their pain. And so is this you? Do you have fear and doubt about one of your relatives? Or do you worry for yourself? Do you look at the news and worry about the state of the world? All of these things can keep you stuck, my friend. And when you believe in limitations, I can't say that I blame you, because all you have to do is look at the headlines, and there's so many worries. And I'm learning slowly, believe me, slowly but surely, how to wrestle with my worries. Roxanne, my heart goes out to you. But what I want to show you in this particular picture, first let me read what it is. Fear and doubt limit freedom of action, and let go of your worries. Easier said than done. This is why I use tapping. I love to lead others in tapping, where we use the energy meridians around the body to actually jar loose some of the negative thinking. And I also use something called Ho'oponopono, and I'm going to give you a demonstration of that here in just a second. But what I notice about this cage is that the door is open, right? She is put herself into this cage of worry, and yet the door is open. She can get out. Not only that, if you look at it, her head and her upper body are already out of the cage. So I feel for you, my friends, if you're dealing with worry, that you already are on your way through, that you're sensing the uselessness of the worry, you're tired of the exhaustion of the worry, and you want to be finished with it. So that is very good news. Sometimes when we are stuck worrying, the person that we're worrying about is not even worried for themselves. Have you ever been through that? You have somebody you know who's doing things that are dangerous or they're causing harm to themselves. And you are carrying all the worry and they have no idea. They're not concerned about themselves. And this is something we really need to address because that's not the divine's best for us. What the divine says to us about love is we love the sinner and hate the sin, right? We love the person, but we don't love what they're doing and what their behavior is. Now, some people will benefit from doing this prayer technique that's called Ho'oponopono. I'm just going to demonstrate it, and I will use one of my people that I am worried about. Let me pick one. It's like a deck of cards. I have to work actively to release myself from worry all the time. So I'm going to pick a person, a random person, and I actually create, how do I describe this? I guess I'll just do it. If I were speaking for this person who is acting badly and I can't help but worry, I have that person apologize to me in this way. Hey, Catherine, I'm sorry that my actions are causing you so much disruption. Please forgive me for not being more responsible. Thank you for loving me even though I am not living to my highest and best. I love you. I can't tell you how many times this way of speaking, this prayer, this backwards prayer, where I have a person apologize to me in my own imagination, it completely changes my vibe. And then to add to the depth of it, I apologize to this person. Even though the person that's causing my worry seems at fault, when they apologize to me, it makes me feel better. But to complete the action, I create an apology to them. So, hey, loved one, I'm sorry that I haunt your life with my over concern. Now, I never plan out what I'm going to say on these, they just come out. Hey, person, my dear loved one, I'm so sorry that I am impinging on your freedom and that my worry, while it feels like a blessing, is actually a curse. And I'm so sorry that I don't trust the divine enough to take care of you and that I think I have to do it for myself. Thank you for your part in teaching me about how to love from a distance. I love you. Wow. I'm always amazed at how this stuff comes out when I use Ho'oponopono in this way to release myself from being overly concerned with someone who's not concerned for themselves. It really does work. Now, let's let go of our worries. This is between me and the divine, right? So, because I am kind of a born worrier, I would look in the mirror and I would say, even though I don't know how, I'm living free of worries now. Gosh, it feels good to say that. Even though I don't know how, I'm living free of worry right now. Now, the truth is, the only moment of life that matters is this very moment. Have you guys heard about The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle? You know, where we are only alive for sure right now. There's no accident. You guys are here right now listening to this. And so that is what I think the power of speaking as if this is already true. That's why it has so much power. Look yourself in the eye. Even though I don't know how Fear and doubt are gone right now. Now, might they come back next minute? Sure. Doggone it. But when you use that mirror trick, it really does build your confidence. Even though I don't know how, I'm learning how to let go of worry right now. If you're a worrier, if you'd love to have a video for yourself where I could select many different cards and do a longer teaching on how to live without worry, contact me, patternbreakertarot@gmail.com. I'll tell you everything that you need to know about getting a private reading. Okay, my friends? Excellent. Okay, card number, and this, I love this, you guys, because I had an entirely different deck selected for today's readings, and I just felt in my intuition to go with this one, and I'm shocked at how accurate it is for us today. Okay, feeling stuck. Hi, River, Roxanne. I'm glad that you could resonate. Jasmine, hey, so glad to see you guys here today. Okay, let's see. So you're feeling stuck, and let's see, what could it be? Opportunity. Now, the very first thing that I notice about our figure here is that she is carrying a worried face. Can you see it? Let's go back and look at this card, right? So here is this energy where opportunity is coming, and yet the worry is still there. So these cards in my mind are connected. So for those of you who are hearing me right now, there is an opportunity coming. In fact, you may already have heard. You may have gotten an offer of some kind, new job opportunity, change of workplace, or a business trip. Change is coming just in time. But when I look at the person here, that's like, really? Is this really true? I don't trust it. I don't believe it. And I feel for you if that's you, I do. Because when you have had so many disappointments, what do they call it? Like a dead end, where something looks good and it comes to nothing. And I have a feeling that's happened to you more than once, huh? Where you were given an opportunity and you were really excited about it, and then for whatever reason, it fell apart. And so divine love today is here to give you a hug, send you some flowers. Do you know that in today's culture, flowers are about praise? When you guys hit the thumbs up, you are giving me flowers. It's a way of connecting with me to let me know that I'm doing okay, that you're enjoying this. It's like applause at a concert, right? Where everybody claps, yay! And so when you give someone flowers, it's up to them to receive it. Right now you can look, and there are several bouquets of flowers surrounding the figure, but she's not holding any of them. It's as if she is rejecting the very praise that she's craving. All right? This is like when you are cynical and you think, oh yeah, that's probably going to work out. Nothing ever works out for me. That type of energy, where there are people in your life right now, my friend. There are people in your life who really see your gifts. They're giving you praise. You're just not receiving it. I woke up this morning with this little affirmation in my mind. Why is it so easy to receive? Why is it so easy to receive? There's a man that wrote a book called Affirmations, and his name is Noah St. John. And he discovered, actually, he was in the shower when he discovered that that questions, like if you always ask yourself a question like, why do bad things happen to me? How am I going to get out of this mess? When am I going to find my new position? That your brain loves questions, and so it'll go to work trying to solve these riddles, and often that keeps us stuck. And what Noah figured out is if you ask a question that starts with why, but it contains a blessing, that it works like a magic key. And so I do use it. For example, if I lose something around the house, I'm not kidding you guys, I say, why is it so easy to see my keys? Why is it so easy to see my keys? And then I'll walk around the house saying that, and I'll find my keys. It's crazy for me how well it works. So for you guys, with this new opportunity and being able to trust the compliments that you get from people, I'm really picking up that you may be offered a new opportunity and you think, oh no, I can't handle it. It's too much for me. So why is it so easy to receive compliments? Why is it so easy to receive praise? Why is it so easy to trust that this new opportunity is going to work out? If you're doubtful about being able to handle this, divine love is saying you are more than capable. You are more than enough. You have the strength to do what it is that you need to do to make this work. However, it's important you learn to receive. Okay? When I woke up this morning, saying to myself, I woke up with this in my mind, why is it so easy to receive? And I knew it was an answer to the question that's been in my mind the last 2 days, where Catherine, your fearless leader, I was stuck. I mean, I called a friend. I didn't tell about the problem to my friend, but I just said, I'm just feeling out of sorts. I'm feeling off. And she joined with me and lifted me up and told me some things that helped me be, she was just with me at the moment, all right? It's not comfortable. Your ability to receive praise, to see yourself as worthy is super important. So let's get out our mirror and let's look in the mirror. You've got them around your house. Look in the mirror, look yourself right in the eye and say these words. Even though I don't know how, I'm feeling better about myself right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm receiving better right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm receiving all the divine has for me right now. So important, y'all, that you talk to yourself with love, that we stop criticizing ourselves, like saying, why am I so bad at this? Or why? No, 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 no. Why is it getting easier and easier for me to accept my gifts and talents? Got it? Remember, if you would like to have me do a video for you, just contact me. It'd be my pleasure. And get out 2 or 3 of my decks and deal out a bunch of cards and tell a story for you, okay? So moving forward, hi Maureen, welcome my friend. Maureen, regular watcher of my channel, so appreciate you. Hi Michelle, welcome. So we're doing readings today on those times that you feel stuck. And this video, these cards insisted on being used today because I picked another deck. I had a whole different idea and I just needed to pull these. They're so good for my heart and for yours. And I love how these readings are all going together. So if you're coming a little bit late today, be sure to take a peek at the replay and see how we have been blessed by the divine today. All right, so let's take a look at this card. Let's take a breath. All right, now what we're seeing here is we're seeing some growth, aren't we? We're seeing the worry, the doubt, the limitations, and the exhaustion, all of those things that came earlier in the reading. And now at this point, Spirit is saying, celebrate. Celebration. You should celebrate your victories. It will bring luck in the future. And again, this card, it really is frosting on the cupcake of this card, right? That when the opportunity comes, it's so important that you believe in yourself and trust that they would not give you the opportunity if they didn't believe in you. And I look at these two glasses and I need to take a sip of my tea, so hold on. Okay, so, Jana, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you're here to hear this part. You may want to go out back and listen to the whole reading, Jana, because the cards have just been so connected in this idea of how we can get unstuck. So, This card I love. This is a lesson that Spirit's been teaching me for about, I would say, 4 years right now. I lived in Mexico for a few years, and I really felt like that was my home away. I mean, I can't tell you how I felt, honestly. When I lived there, I lived near the ocean, so I could see the ocean every day. And a big part of the blues, I was feeling the blues, I was feeling stuck over the last couple of days, was because I was reminiscing and I was remembering Mexico and remembering my experiences down there. And honestly, a part of my heart will always be in Baja because it changed my life forever. But I knew that it was time for me to come back to the States. And I'm living nearby my son right now, which is a blessing. But in that time of transition, I really needed to learn this lesson. How do we celebrate something that's not here yet? How do we get a feeling of celebration and gratitude when we're still waiting? So, this is fabulous for today because once you learn to put your worries and fears away from yourself, when you walk free of that, remember this card right here, you guys, where we're this figure being in a cage of worry. And so once you begin to get the picture on how to do that, and I teach that every day when I'm here on these calls, I'm here to help you with your affirmations and to help you with your self-concept, because I really do want for you to, I'm kind of passionate about teaching you what I learned in my own life. Notice how she's holding one glass over there and one glass over here. There's two interpretations here. Number one, it's hard to have a party alone, isn't it? It's hard. You can drink, you can pretend, and a lot of times with the universe and our invisible helpers, our guides and angels, they're not in our sight. But this indicates to me that there is a person who's coming into your life soon who will be able to celebrate with you. It may be someone you already know, but you haven't crossed that barrier, that boundary to become closer friends. But there is someone who's a kindred spirit who you're going to see differently in your life. There's someone you've been afraid to trust. You've been a kind of afraid to let them see the real you, but they're there and they're waiting for you to recognize them. I feel like for me, how the meaning is, I it's I didn't plan on telling you guys I was stuck for the last day or so. I just didn't think of it, but partly now as I'm open about it, I think you guys may feel a kinship with me because you feel stuck sometimes, right? If you feel stuck sometimes, just tap that little heart down there in the bottom corner and let me know I'm not the only one that feels stuck sometimes, right? And you guys, I come here with my pattern breaker family, and I connect and we can celebrate together because you guys want to learn these things. So have a party. How do you have a party and celebrate before you get what it is you're wanting? Let's say you're wanting to be with a soulmate, that your heart wants to raise a glass with a lover, someone who gets you, someone who is there for you, right? And you don't see where they're coming from. How do you celebrate ahead of a time? And I will tell you, there's a good book. It's called The Soulmate Secret. And excuse me, let me sip my tea. Excuse me. The author, wow, the author is Ariel Ford, and it's an older book, and it's wonderful because it's like a cookbook. It gives you step by step how to prepare for a soulmate. She met her husband later in life. She was in her 40s, and I believe they've just celebrated 30 years together, I think, or maybe 25, but years, decades. She could not find love, and so she went on a search herself. And then many of these things I'm talking about, that's what she did. For example, she decided to keep a closet in her house at least half empty as a sign, okay, I'm preparing for my new partner. She would collect pieces of art that had couples in it. pictures of animals that had two. She would light two candles. I'm not going to tell you her whole story because you can pick up the book. But this idea, that's what I like about the picture, because she's got two glasses. It's like he's not here yet, but I know he's coming. All right. So, in this regard, the affirmations that we use in the mirror are very, very helpful because as you step forward and believe that you can celebrate before it happens, you're going to be guided to the right information. All right. Now, me personally, I have expertise in breakup recovery. I've been working for years with people who have had heartbreak and they can't connect. And so we do tapping, we do cards, and we do scripting and change your story about love, so it's not so scary. And that's my privilege to do that. I can help you there if you need it. But right now, let's see what would be the mirror work that goes along with this have a party. Okay. So, standing in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eye and say to yourself, even though I don't know how, I feel like celebrating right now. Hold on a second. Okay, even though I don't know how, whoops, sorry, I make you guys dizzy. Even though I don't know how, I'm feeling much kinder towards myself right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm on the right track right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm finding the resources to get where I'm going right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm planning a celebration of my heart right now. As you speak ahead of time, you're going to find more and more reasons to celebrate. Okay? Remember, all life is right here, right now. This is the moment of decision. Will you allow yourself to do this mirror work? If you're just joining me, welcome. Every reading today has been very connected to fear, doubt, and worry, and how divine wants for us to step out from that mess, okay? Let's grab our last card. Every day, as best I can, I will come back with more lessons. And then on Sundays, I answer your questions, okay? So if you're new here, subscribe, please. Okay. Oh, I just love this. Thank you, universe. Ah! This is such a good reading for us all. I really needed it because I wouldn't have wanted to talk about being stuck if I have not been stuck for the last day or so. I kind of am feeling sorry for myself, definitely, I would say. And it's hard for me to say I'm feeling sorry for myself because I feel less than, people come to me for advice and then I feel sorry for myself. But I'm learning though that when we have a storm, when you're in a place of where worry just grabs you, you know what I mean? Where you wake up and you're like tight and you just get anxiety is right there gripping your heart, right? It's a storm and it separates us from source. We forget that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And we drop so much into the flawed human part of us, we forget. And then one of my teachers helped me realize that when you have a storm, it's supposed to flow through you. When you feel sad, it's not going to last forever. When you're feeling sorry for yourself, it will not last forever. It's just energy. And as you allow it to flow, it will pass. And sure enough, I did some meditating. I did have a quieter day. I took the day off. I didn't do any readings yesterday. I just relaxed. And sure enough, by the end of the day, I was myself again. And I'm proud of myself for not forcing the issue and producing a reading or coming to you guys when I was just in a low energy place. But all storms end sometime. I don't think we have had a reading together. This is the 26th reading in this series, and I don't think we've ever had a story that was this complete. And I'm grateful to this deck of cards for bringing us this, because difficult times come. Don't lose hope and learn from your mistakes. Gosh, that could make me get emotional, because the mistake we make is forgetting we have a divine connection. That's the only mistake. You think, oh, Catherine, you haven't seen. Oh my gosh, I have screwed up so many times. Look at all these storms. There's storms everywhere and I'm a mess. I'm like, no, no, no. The only true mistake we have is to forget who we are. And if we get stuck in feeling our flaws and we're beating ourselves up and seeing ourselves as a criminal and seeing ourselves as well, poor me, poor me. I call it PMS, poor me syndrome. And if we're thinking, poor little me, oh brother, now I've done it. Spirit doesn't have that same opinion. Spirit looks at us with nothing but love. And Spirit understands that our human nature is what yanks us out of kilter. And so we must remember that all storms are temporary, period. If you're feeling low, it's just temporary. All storms end sometime. And again, earlier in the reading, I mentioned, can you think on today's October 24 of 2025. So look back to October 24 of 2020, 5 years ago. What was your main problem on that day? Think about it. Do you have any idea? Of course not. That's because the storms that surrounded you in the past have already passed away. The next time you have a stormy day, wherever you live around the world, when a storm comes, I want you to notice that it does not last. And so nature, the divine teaches through nature, and we watch the storm come and go. And that's what we have to do about our worries and fears also. In the moments when you forget who you are, I just got a text that a person's family member is on the way to passing away. And so you guys hold in your mind my family member. But the truth is, though, that when storms come, even if you get shocking news, it will create sadness in you. But it's just so important that you allow yourself the grace to go through the storm best you can, knowing that will end. Let's take a look into our mirror for the last part of today's readings. And look yourself in the eye. Even though this is really hard for me right now, I know that I will pass through it somehow. Even though I don't know how, I know that this too shall pass right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm trusting the divine to help me now. Even though I don't know how, I know the sun will come out again somehow. Okay? So I just got kind of shocking news. This was a little bit, throws me off. But as I'm saying this, even though I don't know how, the divine will comfort me right now. All right? Wonderful readings today. If you're just joining me, please do go back and listen to the readings from the beginning, because the story that was created by the cards today is profound. I love you all so much. I love doing these divine readings for you. And I cannot wait to come back tomorrow with a new one. So take care. I love you. And remember that you are a divinely loved human. Okay? You have a spiritual piece of yourself that will always be your home. Okay? We'll see you tomorrow, you guys. God love you. Bless you. Bye.